What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Adrian's Awesome Accumulation, and today we're going to be taking a look at this samurai tiger girl with horns. So first off, let's take a look at the box. All right, so here we got the box, and right here we can see that her name is Takeda Shingen, something like that. And then we got like this uh, product shot right here of the figure, which looks cool. Got some cool little like line right here with the picture in the background right there. Got some Chinese or Japanese words right there. On the side of the box, it just looks like that. We got 112 action figure. On this side, we got just her name again. And of course, the package window where she came. In the back, we have another product shot with like different face plates right there, which looks pretty cool, right? So kind of just like a cool little box. All right, so let's get that out of the way. And let's take a look at this figure. All right, so here we have her, Takeda Shingen or something like that, right? What was her name? I already forgot. All right, but we're gonna call her a tiger girl with horns right here, and she looks cool. Actually, let's look at this stand. Let's take this out of the way so the figure doesn't have any problems focusing. All right, so yeah, it's like already she looks really cool. Let's move her arms out of the way. Let's take a look at this head. And just look at the color on her hair. It looks great. Great painting. It's a kind of like a darker orange on the top. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like, and then it goes into like a like lightish blonde color, which looks really cool. And the hair is sculpted nice. You got like her little like ponytails or pigtails right here, which they can turn, but I don't know if they're supposed to. But like you can get some articulation, but other than that, they're just kind of like there. And I think that looks fine. Looks pretty good. Got her face right here, kind of like like what's cool about this action figure, she comes with a whole bunch of face plates, but right here we have her horns. I think I would have liked it better without the horns, but she comes with horns, so there's that. And I do like the whole like tiger theme that's going on right here, especially on the back. So you guys can see we have like those tiger stripes, and then on her shoulders right there, and then she has like this samurai type of look, so that's pretty neat. I really like that. And of course we got big chest right there. All right, so let's get into articulation now. So her arms do come up to a T pose, and then these little shoulder parts right here are articulated, so you can move them up to like if you want to go higher, like if you want to like turn this part around, right, and just go higher like that. So we got that right there. That's good, and we got the double elbow joint right there, so that's great. And we got a normal, wrist right here at the ball peg wrist. So you could turn that around all the way and then turn that back and forth. And what's cool about these, the hands are kind of soft and they're super easy to like take off and put on. So like switching hands is a breeze. Some other action figures, it's like, it's kind of hard, but this one's really easy. So I kind of like that. So there's that. Let's see the head articulation. She can look up that high, look down that low. She could turn her head like that much to the left, that much to the right, but she can also tilt her head. So if you turn it to the left right here, you can tilt it to get like a little bit more range and stuff like that. So there's that. I don't know, the neck's kind of weird. I don't think the neck moves, but yeah. But I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of feels like it'd be kind of limited, but when I was posing it around, I was able to get some cool looks. And then, all right, so like for her chest piece right here, she can bend back that far. That's pretty good. That far forward. It's all right. I mean, right now it doesn't feel like a lot, but like when you're posing it, it's just kind of a lot. All right, so we can get her tilting to the right, tilting to the left, and then she can rotate a bunch, so that's good. Gotta be careful for that little middle piece, but I think that's all right. So we got that, and then for her little like waist guard right here, these pieces do articulate up right here, just the two side piece and the front piece. The back piece does not. I kind of wish this was kind of like soft plastic, because it gets kind of annoying when you have to like move these up in order to pose her. So the legs are on like this weird like ball joint, which a lot of figures are doing lately. I don't know. I find it really hard to like get her legs to move with these joints, but you know, it works. And then you can get her kicking almost straight. So there's that. And then she can't kick that far back, but forward, if you just mess with it a little bit, she can kick pretty far forward. And then again, if you just mess with it a little, you can get her doing the splits right there. Well, not that far, but like it's pretty good. And then she does have a thigh swivel up here and right here, and her knees are double jointed. So there's that. And then she can move her that far back, that far forward. And she does have an ankle rocker. She can pivot, and then she can move her toes. I haven't done it though because it's kind of tight, but like, yeah, okay, so yeah, you can move her toes right there. So there's that. So that is pretty much the articulation on this one. And now I'll show you the accessories. All right, you guys, here we are with the accessories. Let's start off with the stand right here. Well, actually, let's start off with these little things. All right, so here we got the eyepiece tools right here. And it comes for two. I don't know why, but I guess in case you lose one. So there, you got two eye tools right there. And then we got this cool stand right here, which you can put this thing in, and it's like a flag and has some like words right there. That's pretty cool. And then you can plug this thing also too. So like it's like a stand to like stand her, and then it has this thing to display this flag. So that's pretty cool. You can come up with like a cool little stance and put her right here and have her like, you know, like ancient Japan with like a freaking flag standard right there. And this piece also comes off right here, and you can like store you can store her hands right here. This little like thing where her hands going, you can like store it in there so you can keep it, you know, out of sight. And it's pretty cool. So she comes with two peace hands right here, and she comes with two fists, and then she comes with like two trigger pulling the trigger finger hands right there, but no gun. She has no gun, so I guess you can take a gun from any other action figure that you have and put her with this hands, and that'll be cool. And then you got two grabbing hands right here. So right here we have her grabbing her sword, which is pretty nice, you know, silver. You got some like nice silver shine right there, as you guys can see, and like a gold hilt right there, and then a black handle. So that's pretty neat. And then over here she's holding her knife, which is comes with like a black sheath with a little gold right there. And that's pretty nice. And this comes off and then reveals the little knife right there, which is also like nice and shiny, like silver-ish right there. So there's that. And let's see, she comes with this little fan right here. So that's cool. You know, she can fan herself. Nice color right there. Red and like burgundy for these little like diamond type things, and then black and then gold. That's really nice. And then we got a whole bunch of faceplates right here. So she comes with five faceplates. She comes with this like super angry face right there, and you can see like the inside of her mouth right there is like this cool like pink color right there for the tongue and the mouth. Very expressive faces. That's one reason why I picked this up. I just like all these expressive faces. You like the poses. You know, you're gonna be able to make some fun poses with this. And then we got this one, kind of like this devilish kind of smile right here, and cool green eyes. So there's that face. And then we got this kind of smirk right here. And then I like the eyes are like kind of like, you know, have one's like wider open, one's kind of like smaller right there. So that's pretty good. And the eyebrows, you know, like different. So like, yeah, really nice. And then we got this angry face right here. And then we got the one that I have on her is like, whoa, my gosh, look at all the stuff I come with. And this kind of like, you know, like in shock kind of face, which is pretty fun. And then we have her axe right here, like this huge axe. And this piece up here is really kind of light. But again, look at the paintwork on this. You got like some dark silver right here, kind of like gunmetal-ish. And it goes into a lighter silver right here at the edges of the blades. And then you got that gold, which I always like. So that's nice. And then this pole right here is is like a metal and stuff that you just stick in right here, and then this piece you can take off to like slide into like these like specific hands, so specifically for holding this axe. And I just have the hands on there right now, so because I was messing with it, I just kept it on. So she comes with two hands to specifically grab this axe, this battle axe weapon right there, and then she comes with um freaking sword stand, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. And then this sheath right here for her katana. It's black and orange and gold right there, and it's pretty cool. And this does slip on to the sword like so. So there's that. So those are her accessories, and stick with me and I'll show you a few poses. Pose 1, board. Pose 2, deadly tease. Pose 3, slice and dice. Pose 4, shocking turn of events. Pose 5, you're finished. All right, you guys, there's the review for Takeda Shingen, aka Horned Tiger Girl, done and complete. I really enjoyed this action figure. It was really fun. This is a high recommend for me. Pick it up. It was really fun posing her. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. God bless and bye.